Climate change severely threatens food security in tropical countries by disrupting agricultural productivity, increasing price volatility, and straining socio-economic systems already marked by high poverty and dependence on smallholder farming. The vulnerability is exacerbated by the region's climate-sensitive crops and limited adaptive capacity. Impact on the 4 pillars of food security. Climate change impacts all 4 pillars of food security: availability, access, utilization, and stability, as outlined by the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC. 1. Food availability. Reduced crop yields. Staple tropical crops like rice, maize, and beans are highly sensitive to heat stress. Rising temperatures and erratic rainfall patterns shorten growing seasons and interfere with plant development, leading to lower yields. Increased pests and diseases. Warmer and wetter conditions favor the proliferation of agricultural pests and crop diseases. For example, warmer temperatures have been linked to the spread of the fall armyworm in Africa and Asia, devastating maize crops. Declining fisheries. Rising ocean temperatures and acidification harm marine life and habitats, such as coral reefs. This forces many fish species to migrate to cooler waters, reducing catches for coastal fishing communities that rely on them for protein. Loss of arable land. Sea level rise and coastal erosion threaten low-lying deltas and coastal agricultural lands, leading to permanent loss of fertile soil due to saltwater intrusion and flooding. 2. Food access. Increased food prices. Climate-related disruptions cause crop failures and reduced yields, leading to greater food price volatility. This makes food less affordable for poor and vulnerable populations, exacerbating food insecurity. Loss of livelihoods. Many tropical economies are heavily dependent on agriculture. Reduced productivity means lower incomes for smallholder farmers, leaving them with less money to purchase food and other necessities. 3. Food utilization. Reduced nutritional value. Elevated atmospheric carbon dioxide can reduce the concentration of essential micronutrients like protein, iron, and zinc in crops, impacting human nutrition, especially for populations relying on a few staple foods. Worsening malnutrition. The combined effect of lower crop yields and reduced nutritional quality increases the risk of malnutrition, particularly for children and pregnant women. Health risks. Extreme weather events can contaminate water sources and favor the growth of foodborne pathogens and toxins, leading to higher health risks. 4. Food system stability. Heightened market volatility. Extreme weather events and climate-related market shocks destabilize food supplies and prices, creating more frequent food crises. Exacerbated socio-economic vulnerabilities. Tropical countries often have high population densities, weak infrastructure, and limited resources for climate adaptation. Climate shocks intensify these pre-existing vulnerabilities, creating a cycle of poverty and food insecurity. Increased migration and conflict. Climate change can trigger migration as agriculture becomes unviable in certain regions. Competition for scarce resources like land and water can also fuel social unrest and conflict. Case studies. Sub-Saharan Africa. The region is highly vulnerable due to dependence on rain-fed agriculture. Frequent and intense droughts, exacerbated by climate change, have led to widespread crop failures and hunger, impacting millions. South and Southeast Asia. Low-lying deltas, such as the Mekong Delta in Vietnam and the Ganges-Brahmaputra Delta in Bangladesh, face significant threats from sea level rise and saltwater intrusion. This affects rice production, a critical staple for the region. Central America. Smallholder farmers cultivating crops like maize, beans, and coffee are increasingly vulnerable to erratic rainfall and extreme weather. A combination of climate impacts and socio-economic factors has been linked to increased food insecurity and farmer migration. Conclusion. Addressing climate change's consequences on food security in tropical countries requires a multifaceted approach that combines global mitigation efforts with locally tailored adaptation strategies. This includes investing in climate-resilient agriculture, improving water management, protecting vital ecosystems, strengthening social safety nets, and enhancing access to technology and resources for smallholder farmers.